Right, this is my Casio MT-41. This came out in 1981, and as this is 2023 as I'm recording this, this means this is 42 years old. It runs on batteries, and it also runs on mains as well. Round the back there is a tuning dial, so you can tune it within a semitone either way. And there's also a proper size headphone output, or jack I should say, so it's not like the mini one, it's like the old 1973 massive headphone type one. And also it's got an RCA output, which is what I'm doing here. When you don't hear my voice here, or when I'm playing the keys, you'll just hear the output of the RCA, which I'm recording into a Zoom digital recorder. So you can hear it a little bit more, well, I won't use the word hi-fi, but a bit better than it would be normally. So let's switch this on. Right, the Casio MT-41 has 22 sounds, and there's no digital displays or fancy LCDs or LEDs. You choose the sound in a very weird way. You see there's a control here marked mode with play and set, and you can recall up to 4 sounds at one time, and you'll notice that the sounds, the instrument names, or what they're approximating, are printed on the top here. So to set a sound, you put it into set mode. In fact, let me shut that door because that's gonna, it's quite a windy day. I'm recording outside because I get a bit of daylight. It's a bit of a rainy day, but the good thing is that when you see me play, you're only you're hearing the output of the RCA, so it's not annoying any neighbours either. Right, so you choose a sound by pressing the instrument that you want. So let's put electric piano for position 1, and as you can hear, each one of those is different, and the last one you press is the one that gets retained. So if we put electric piano again, and we can choose the next tone memory sound, let's try that oriental pipe. I'll put my glasses on so I can see what's going on. And what we'll do, we can put funny fuzz. I don't think it's very funny, I think they just mean peculiar fuzz. And lastly, glockenspiel, I think. Yeah, glockenspiel would be the one. Then you put it back to play, and you'll notice that you can play the sound across all the keys. There's not a lot you can do with it really. I mean, you can turn the sound up and down, but they've got 2 little controls here marked sustain and vibrato, and if I just play, that's what happens there. But if I put the sustain on, I'll turn it off again, and that works for all the sounds. And then you've got one vibrato as well. Now I notice in the audio output there, this doesn't seem as prominent, but when you play it through the speaker, it does actually sound a much more. You can hear a little bit there. If I turn it off, much more still. It's a very subtle effect, but as I say, it comes out in the speaker. That's one of its little quirks. It's much more pronounced. So if I did the same thing here for the electric piano sound, that's a car going past, by the way. So you can hear it's very subtle, but it does work. Now you notice on the left here, I mean, oh, by the way, all the keys work. Right, and so do these little ones. These have just got this, what sounds like a square wave bass sound. playing them, you need very, very small childlike hands, and I think they were for people with very small childlike hands. In other words, I think they're called children in those days. Anyway, I'll go through one or two more sounds. Oh, before I do, I'll show you, it's got also a rhythm section with waltz, samba, swing, slow rock, pops and rock. For most people buying this, I think they would only use the last two. This is rock, apparently. You've got a tempo control, and you can step through the rhythms. Pops is this one. And if you go through them, you got a fill-in, and I think the next time you press it, that's meant to be a snare roll, I think, and it goes back there. And also you've got a very sort of I would call primitive version of auto accompaniment. So you can press that button and synchro start, and whenever you press the button there, you get this. And the fill-in works. Let's try some other ones. And you can still play sorry, I was going to play the wrong one. And it can stop rather abruptly there. You can also adjust the volume of the rhythm part to the drums and the rest of the keyboard. So if I was going to play just I can make the bass quieter, or even barely anything, or have it completely overriding, which is a bit much, but normally the centre part does that business. Anyway, I'll go through some of the other sounds. I use this for an album of mine, actually, this exact model that I made in 1998 called Synths, and in fact there's 3 tracks which feature this keyboard. First one, if I can remember what sound I used, that's it, I used the pipe organ, and that was a track called New Dawn. And all it was just the feedback from a bass guitar going through speakers, so it's all organic sounds, and I just had this, which sounds a bit bare by itself, but I had it through reverb, delay, chorus, and even pitch shifters, and it had this massive sound. And then I had another track called Moving On, and I did a bit where it went like all the way, you know, kind of going up there and up and down. And then I had one called A Silent Night, which is track 4. In fact, I'll leave a link to this in the video. But it was, if I can get a right sound, let's get a sort of whistly sound. So put set there. Flute, it was a sort of flute type thing, so I picked this one. I think it's recorder actually, so get it back on play. I think my hands have got fatter and bigger and older, so it will. You've got to get into a different way of thinking, but it works well. But yeah, all the sounds seem to function. I mean, some of them don't sound like the instrument they're supposed to be at all. Let's get the guitar, so put that onto set. I mean, not very guitar-like, but and vibrato might be. You can hear it slightly. What I'll do just before I switch off, I'll take out the headphone thing so you can hear. But the vibrato, if I put it on, is much more pronounced when it's coming through that little speaker, which it does. Right, that should be it. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the tour around the keyboard. Thank you.